Necker Island is a 74-acre island in the British Virgin Islands just north of Virgin Gorda. The island's land is entirely owned by Sir Richard Branson, chairman of the Virgin Group, and is part of the Virgin Limited Edition portfolio of luxury properties. The whole island operates like a resort and can accommodate up to 28 guests. Location: Necker Island is located at latitude 18.55 north and longitude 64.35 west in the eastern section of the British Virgin Islands, slightly to the north of Virgin Gorda and Prickly Pear, and to the northeast of Mosquito Island, also owned by Branson. The British Virgin Islands are a group of islands approximately 1,100 miles southeast of Miami, Florida, 60 miles due east of Puerto Rico, and about 120 miles northwest of St. Bart's. History: the island was named after the 17th-century Dutch squadron commander Johannes de Necker, although it remained uninhabited until the late 20th century. In 1965, the photographer Don McCullum and the journalist Andrew Alexander spent 14 days on the island at the behest of the Daily Telegraph newspaper for which they worked. The magazine editor had hoped that they would survive the castaway adventure for at least 3 weeks, but as McCullum later recanted, "Because of our gathering weakness, out of temper, and out of water, we hoisted the red flag and were taken off in the early hours of the 15th day." According to McCullum, there was nothing idyllic about the desert island. It was inhabited by snakes, scorpions and tarantulas. The mosquitoes and other insects were more venomous and persistent than any I had encountered in Vietnam or the Congo. Land ownership by Richard Branson. Richard Branson first became aware that some of the islands in the British Virgin Islands were for sale in 1978. He promptly went to the British Virgin Islands for a holiday to investigate the prospective real estate. On first observing the islands, he envisioned using them to put up rock stars for his record label. Upon their arrival, they were given a luxury villa and traveled around islands for sale by helicopter. The final island he saw was Necker Island, and after climbing the hill and being stunned by the view and wildlife, decided to purchase the island. After making a lowball bid of $150,000 for the $6 million island, he was turned down and evicted from the island. A while later, the owner, Lord Cobham, in need of short-term capital, eventually settled for $180,000 after Branson had offered his final price of $175,000 3 months before the actual sale took place. However, the government imposed a relatively common restriction on alien landholders, that the new owner had to develop a resort within 5 years of the island would revert to the state. Branson committed, determined to build a resort on his tropical dream island. When Branson bought the 74-acre island, it was uninhabited. He purchased the island at the age of 28, just 6 years after starting Virgin Group. It took 3 years and approximately $10 million to turn it into a private island retreat, using local stone, Brazilian hardwoods, Asian antiques, Indian rugs, art pieces and fabrics, and bamboo furniture from Bali. Architects and designers created a 10-bedroom Balinese-style villa crowning a hill above the beach. Each of the 10 bedrooms has opened walls giving a 360-degree view and cooling winds from any direction in the house. The island has accommodation for 30 people and rents out at $65,000 a day, $2,167 per person a day. Minus labor expenses, the cost of the entire island could be recouped in a mere 4 months. The cost of staying includes 2 private beaches, private pools, tennis courts, scenic views, a personal chef, a team of about 100 staff, and a wide array of water sports equipment. Babysitting is not included. In the early hours of Monday, the 22nd of August 2011, the Great House, as it was called, burned down in a blaze believed to be caused by lightning from Tropical Storm Irene. At the time, the house was occupied by as many as 20 guests, with Branson himself staying in a residence nearby. All 20 of the guests escaped unhurt from the burning house, which according to Branson was totally destroyed. Among the 20 occupants were actress Kate Winslet, along with Branson's 90-year-old mother Eve and his 29-year-old daughter Holly. The Great House has now been rebuilt, with the Great Room expanded on and in a style strongly reminiscent of that lost to the fire. The Necker Cup, an exhibition tennis tournament held at the end of the tennis season, has been held on the island annually since 2012. Privacy and access. Although the land on the island is entirely privately owned, under British Virgin Islands law, all beaches up to the high water mark are Crown land, and are open to the public.